Howdy y'all, author Brian S. Pratt here. I wanted to talk to you about my permanently free series starters. You know, I may very well be the one that started the whole thing for independent, self-published authors who, when they have a series of books, they make the first one free so people will discover it, like it, and then hopefully buy the rest of them. Because I started that back in 2010, probably September 2010. Because, leading up to it, I was at Smashwords, and I had the Unsuspecting Maids priced regularly, and I was getting a few sales here and a few sales there, and it really wasn't. Sales weren't that great, so I thought, well, I'll make a promotion. I'll put out a coupon code, and they'll copy the code, they'll use the code, and then they'll download a free book. Because who wouldn't want a free book? But that doesn't work too well, because people don't want to copy down the code. They don't want to have to go somewhere and use the code and then download the book. They want to just go click and they get the book. So I was struggling with that for the longest time, and see, at Smashwords.com, who is now transitioning to Drafted Digital, you can make your books free. At Amazon, you couldn't do that. The cheapest I could make my book at Amazon was 99 cents at the time. I didn't go with their KDP Select. I didn't do that. I didn't want to limit myself with that. And so I was thinking about, well, how can I get people just to download this? And then I got to realizing people are lazy. People don't want to do anything extra effort. And if you can make something so simple, they'll do it. So I did. I set the Unsuspecting Maids for free and left it that way. And sales increased because people would download the free one, and then they would buy the 2 through 7, because if you like my books, you love my books. If you don't like my books, you hate my books. There's like really very little middle ground. You either love them or hate them. And so people were, and then back then, Amazon would automatically price match. If they found out that the book you had on their site was priced less elsewhere, they would automatically drop the price. So they dropped the price to free, right? So I think I was one of 3 people who had a free book at Amazon at that time. October 2010, 10,000 downloads of this free book. My income just skyrocketed. It was awesome. 2011 was the best year for sales for me. I made $300,000 that year, because people would download the first one, buy the next 6. Download the first one, buy 2 through 7. Download the first one, buy all of them. And it just kept happening. And it was just really awesome. I was loving it. Mark Corcourse, CEO and founder of Smashwords, contacted me because he realized that, this wasn't happening with anybody else at Smashwords. Smashwords is all independents and self-published authors. And so he says, Brian, what are you doing? And I explained to him what I was doing, and he thought that was genius. And so I gave him an interview. Biggest mistake of my life, actually. I don't regret doing it, but that pretty much ruined everything for me, because I explained to everybody how I did. I like to help people, and people take advantage of that, I suppose, and people run with it, and well, if it works for him, it'll work for me. And I don't mind helping people, but sometimes I don't think about what it's going to do to me. Anyway, so I did this interview with him, and all of a sudden everybody started doing free series starters. Everybody started doing free series starters. So instead of being one of a few, I was one of hundreds, then one of thousands, one of 10,000s, and now probably one of millions. And so yeah, that's what happened. I'm almost positive I was the first one who did it consistently, who was the inspiration for hundreds of thousands of other people to do it. So if you're doing free series starters, you probably heard about it either directly or indirectly from what I did. So this happened back in 2010. Actually, when I got those 10,000 downloads of book one, just book one, at Amazon, yeah, because when it became free, boom, it just skyrocketed. It was awesome. I got so many sales. The vice president of Kindle called me or set up a phone meeting with me, and he talked to me for quite a while about that. And that was kind of fun, yeah. And then I got a guy to shop the Morsai Saga around Hollywood for 18 months. Nothing ever came of that because, well, I was self-published, and though the sales were pretty good, they weren't gangbusters, and my books were really rough back then. They're still kind of rough now, and Hollywood just wasn't interested. I think even Steven Spielberg was pitched the idea with them, but I'm not positive. But I think they mentioned that Spielberg's people was pitched the idea for the Morsai Saga. Now I think he would have done a good job. Peter Jackson would do a good job. But yeah, so free series starters, I have 3. I have The Unsuspecting Maids, book 1 of the Morsai Saga. I have Shepherd's Quest, book 1 of the Broken Key trilogy, and the Adventurers Guild, or Jacobs and Reneki Join the Guild, book 1 of the Adventurers Guild. Those 3 are free. They're permanently free, and they will always be free, unless you can no longer make free books, in which case they won't be. But those 3 will always be free, because I want people to try my books out before they spend money. I don't like buying books I don't like, and since I'm a new author, people are more willing to take a chance on me if it's free, because you can't pass up free, and there's no risk it for free. And if you like it, then the rest of them are reasonably priced, and you can buy them, which would be nice. Yeah, permanent free series starters. That was me. I started that. I'm almost positive I was the originator of that. So maybe I'll go down in history for that. I'm sure the traditional publishing houses probably curse me right now, but that's all right. If any of you are listening, hey, make me an offer. If you want to have my books, make me an offer. I'll listen to you. Y'all take care.